Alrighty. Good morning. What's up, Sushi? Kratos wins 13.2 million in command communications, computing, combat systems, intelligence surveillance reconnaissance contracts. KTOS. Interesting. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. On YouTube, I know there's not a ton of people on right now. You partied too much, Sushi? All right. What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, David? Um, so far here, I've already signaled a little bit, but we're watching a few different stocks here in pre-market. Good morning, everybody. Um, Watching RCAT and EZFL. Um, those ones just with a pop here this morning. EZFL not really moving quite yet, but it is pulling back here a little bit. So watching that one. For breaking that trend right now. But again, RCAT was another one that I was watching this morning, and this one's kind of curling over. I'm already in RCAT from pre-market, so I'm not like really super concerned about it, and I only have a starter position, but I'm posting all of that news on our Twitter as we speak. Um, so really quickly, we're gonna go ahead at 8:45 get started with our news. For in the meantime, I'm just going to be watching tickers, looking at my setup, watching the cues, et cetera, et cetera. So far this morning, not really looking that great, and the possibility of being bullish. I had talked to you guys this weekend, those of you guys here on YouTube and stuff, about the possibility for a pullback if we couldn't cross this 200 or the 374, and we're rejecting it pretty hard. So I'm hoping that we'll see some type of double bottom out and use this very same wick to lead. There you go. By the way, for making school, I love you. See you when you get home for 4 days. All right. Hey, you come with us. All right. Love you, dude. Bye, buddy. What's up, everybody? I am on YouTube live right now. If you guys want to come and hop on there, that's where I can see your text. And if you type here, I'm gonna probably miss it. So, um, here in pre-market right now, it looks like we've got movers on EJH, PXS, and ZSAN. Also, Rewalk Therapeutics, guys. This one fell pretty hard. But I'm actually looking to possibly grab a long if it goes down and touches that 150 level. But I've got that one on watch as well. That one's moving to the downside. Um, let's see here. Neptune Wellness, interesting. Uh, yeah, A's got to go to school. Good morning, everybody. What's up? Um, gotta be honest with you guys, it's not looking good. Not looking good right now. In the on Microsoft either. Let's see. Oh, that's not happening. Oh, not necessary. Stop it. Yo, this bot is wigging out right now. All right, there we go. I feel like Monday is always the day where the stream starts the slowest. So if you guys have any requests, I was once in love with money. Now I'm in a relationship with a dusty wallet. Oh no. Um, that's funny. Yeah, if you guys have any tickers, let me know. Dollar General expands to Idaho. Just DG. News just came in. ECL, Vertical Research initiates coverage of Ecolabs with hold rating, announces price target of 189.
Coming up at 8:30, durable goods orders for August month over month, 0.7%. Core durable goods, 0.5%.
What do I think about WRLK today? I'm watching for a retest of 150. It's all in exploratory mode, so I think it's Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is in the West Coast. Dollar General hasn't quite. I don't remember. I lived in Oregon, which is a different shaped Idaho in some ways. Less potatoes. Tesla Eddie BBIG going back up.
Fed's Rosengren announcing he will retire on September 30th.
Ooh, Ed Rosengrad's gonna retire on the 30th. Oh, where's my pen? There it is. Sushi, if you look on YouTube,
Boston Fed
you can see
President
the pen that I'm using.
announcing he will retire
It's
on
from
September
Sushi.
30th.
Did you buy this because it said Savannah Claw? I thought that was a nice touch, Sushi. The pen that you bought me. I don't know what it's for, but and why it writes so much nicer than all other pens, but so fine. Fancy. What are you talking about? Sushi, you don't remember? The pen that you got me? I just flashed on YouTube. Roku Piton CEI. Have I ever used the IC indicator? No, I have not.
Boston Fed's first Vice President Montgomery will take role of interim president and CEO of the Boston Fed.
What's up? A few of them, yeah. Guys, if you guys want to join us for pre-market prep, in real time, YouTube live, link in my bio. And that way you guys can leave a chart request if you want before the market starts. I start news at 8:45, 9 o'clock. So, all right, Roku is breaking that pre-market low, guys. That's no bueno. Um, with the cues pulling back. And you know what's funny is if you go and draw a trend line, just like we talked about this weekend, talking about how we weren't out of the woods yet, you'll notice that it lines up like that. And that's exactly the point in which we rejected this morning, 349, 340, 375. So naked 1 hour. What do you think? One more bounce up to that high? I think you get one more resistance tap there, and then maybe a pullback. That's a rising wedge, so it looks like it anyway. But you have one more extension of that wedge, I believe. Um, what's up? INDI put for 10-15. If you guys have any questions, I'll take those on the YouTube. I don't want to miss any of here, so But anyway, all right. So you guys were saying that you wanted to, and I'll go over my watch list again, and we'll get started with the news. But let's see, Roku.
August durable orders up 1.8%
Hold on one second.
versus the plus 0.7% expected. AMBO Education awarded another U.S. patent. Alpha Michael Bravo Oscar.
Boston's Fed Vice President Montgomery will take interim president and CEO of Boston Fed. Cody Partners for
CXI
Perfect.
Chemocentrics announcing approval in Japan
Oh
of
boy, that
Tavneos
guy.
for treatment of ANCA-associated vasculitis. That's Charlie X-Ray India.
Also, Benzynga Pro has to get this dude who's on Squawkbox a new chair because, like, a lot of times I just hear it sounds like um, get out of here, Opticy. It sounds like
SEEL
now I can't remember what I was saying. Thank you, Opticy.
getting an upgrade to a
Beyond
bond
Meat announces debate of
listed as Roth
Beyond Chicken
Equity
tenders
Lima.
at the Select Nation retailers nationwide. At select retailers. All right, I gotta turn this guy off. I can't do it. I'm trying. All right, yeah. So we got Beyond Meat with a little bit of news here. All right, dude, you gotta stop.
510K FDA clearance for its
All right, that's enough. Thank you, but no thank you. Okay, Tesla support. Yeah, we'll look at Tesla here in just a second. Our cat showing a little bit of resiliency here, starting to pull back up. All right, so let's take a look at Roku. That was the first one that I saw. So this is actually one that we have a swing on. I'm in a light swing, not in heavy. But this is due to the overall higher time frame setup. Now, looking at the cues, the cues are at a pretty pivotal level, already rejecting resistance. We would need to see a nice push up. Um, the markets in general would need to push up immediately. I haven't seen if the cues have responded. Why is my chart over here on Nicola? Hold on one second. That's a sin. All right, let's do QQQ. What are we doing over here? Yeah, so QQQ is still coming out of that rising wedge, moving to the downside, guys, below 370, and a lot of these tech plays are going to drop. So Roku included is probably going to go back down to that 311, maybe even 310 level for that retest. Right now, if I look at, and a lot of the times it will happen like this, is you'll break out, and if the market doesn't allow it, you'll retest the same place that you broke. So you could see all the way down to that 310 level. But on the flip side, and this is the thing about the setups that have potentially been broken, is this was a little pattern support and that's been broken. So in order to and not only that, if you go out to the daily time frame on Roku, this is the long-term trend and we did break below it. So we are underneath it. We're underneath the 200-day EMA, and right now 345 for Roku is pivotal to the upside, but right now not really showing a whole lot of strength where we would really like to see it. So today and throughout the next week, it would be really nice to see Roku continue to the upside. So um, BBIG, sure. Yeah, if you guys have any requests, just uh hit them in the YouTube. Yeah. Oh, also, you know what I didn't do?
At Blue Apron, we make it easy to answer what's for
I'm
dinner with
down.
35
Blue Apron
different
is a
recipes
tradable
that
stock,
has something for everyone.
but that ad didn't make me want to buy it, so. All right. Hold on one second, I'll get to it. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and take a look at Peloton. Watching this news as it comes in. Also, USA US durable goods orders month over month August, 1.8% over the 0.7% expected. So that's not too bad. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and get that info out. What do we got going off alert wise? Starbucks crossing an horizontal ray here. What's going on with Starbucks? Ooh, Starbucks actually breaking out of a bear flag. Fortunately, y'all, this is a quintessential bear flag at the moment. 1 hour time frame, or a rising wedge if you want to say that. That's actually pretty bearish right there, y'all. Below 113.35, I would probably look to short 113 down to 111. If this does end up breaking down like that. But that would only be if you break below 113, because as you can see, it has the potential for an inverse head and shoulders. But just got an alert on that. Thought I'd share it. Okay, so let's go look. You said you wanted to look at Peloton. Hey, how's it going? So if you guys want to hop on YouTube, that's where I'm streaming at the moment, and that's where I can see all of your guys' comments. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit 90s movie Hacker Man vibes. That I will accept that. Thank you for that. I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, so Peloton, we actually already have this one kind of spotted out here right now. This is your downtrend. Let that trade come to you. You need to see it above $95. If you go to the daily time frame, you'll notice that we're getting close to a few different supports right now here in pre-market. We're at the mark, let's see, 91.90. So we're at 91.90, right above that $90 mark that we're looking to potentially retest. So $90 psychological number, that's where I'd be looking for a retest on P-time before you end up seeing a break in downtrend. So this one overall is at that level in which it really could use a rebound. You see here, it had a head and shoulders, ended up falling on earnings, and then rebounding really, really hard and kind of blowing that first pattern out. But since has been pulled down again for almost like that rounded top, which is bearish. So the possibility of going back down to $80 is not far-fetched if you break that $90 mark. And at that point, you'll probably get a bounce back up to the $90 level for some type of inverse cup and handle, which absolutely is a real thing. Suichi asked about BBIG. So let's take a look at BBIG. Well, that doesn't look good. Okay, never mind. I lied because you're up at 754. So you're getting that curl. All right. So you got that nice pullback. The 200-day EMA here on the 4 hour time frame showing a whole lot of respect. So this is how I would play this. So on the 4 hour, we're up against that major moving average, or bounced off that major moving average up against that whole ribbon. And then if you go back here to the 1 hour, you'll notice that it's kind of around, and yes, I do use the EMAs for different purposes on different time frames, and that comes with just kind of practice and stuff like that. If you guys are new, these EMAs, the 200 is going to be that stronger resistance, going to represent more strength due to the more 200 days of data rather than your 20 or your 90 or your 9. So in this sense, I would like to see the 9, which all of these moving averages are huddled up. So the white one's the 9, the blue one's the 20, and the burgundy or whatever color that is, I'm colorblind, is the 50. And so what I'd like to see here is this accumulation and then that crossover with volume to the upside with the first initial target of $9, and then probably climbing up. Hopefully if it starts to get to 9, you'll see that sentiment start to pick up. I'm sure Twitter will hop all over it, and then this is also a breaking downtrend. So on technicals it looks good, and then you have that power behind it. So Box, JMP Security Analyst Upgrade Box can see considerable upside. I'm going to post that link on my Twitter. It'll come into the... Also, those of you on Discord, all of my tweets come into the Twitter feed, or the tweet feed, so that way you guys aren't bombarded with my nonsense. Also, let me share my screen before someone yells at me. Someone was going to. BBIG. If so just real quick, I don't use Pocket Option. I've never even seen that. If you guys have any questions or anything at all, hit the link in the bio for the YouTube, and that's where we're trading at now. So, um, all right, we're pre-market live, pre-market prep. Excuse me. We'll be closing out at 9:25. So, come prep with us. But let's see here. Um, CEI, of course, of course, of course. So I know I'm always going to look at the technicals. You know, I it is my to my belief that when you see a stock that has, and don't mind this, you can't even see the stock, but this is the volume. And this is around when the tweet was put out. And so all of this volume represents basically, it's just pure retail, damn near. And so when you're running up like this, I'm sure there's, people playing both sides, but with CEI, if this company doesn't hold up to the price that it will go to, there's going to be a lot of bag holders. But this may seem silly to a lot of you guys, but I leave my lines on patterns and oftentimes with rising wedges. And I showed you guys an exact example of this last night, where oftentimes, if you don't break down, you'll break up and use that previous support as resistance. That's exactly what you've seen here. So in the short term, I can expect that this to be a barrier. But this is also running off of something that like is not chartable, and that's sentiment amongst the Twitter gurus and stuff like that. So this is just one to as far as technicals are concerned, like for me, I like to if it depends on how I'm playing it, but if I was playing short term or something like that, I might draw like a shorter term 5-minute trend line for a scalp showing a little bit of support here. But if you're holding long or you have a really good average, at that point, you can kind of just watch power or the strength and volume. So you'll notice here that in the days in which CEI chopped, the volume was very, very low. And in the days where it made significant moves, you saw volume represent that. And that's exactly what volume is that idea of, or basically the indication of how far. More volume, more distance. Less volume, less distance, more chop. So that's just a simple way to remember that. Good morning, everybody. On YouTube Live, link in the bio. Okay. Some top movers here already. That was not gonna make it on my watch list. PROG, PBTS are just popping up here. BYND actually responded to that news with a little bit of a pop. Not quite much else, but maybe especially looking at the setup on the daily. So, wow, this is absolutely a mess. All right, there we go. Okay, so you did have this break and downtrend out of a falling wedge, and it's almost like Roku where it hasn't quite made it out yet, but maybe above 116, you could see a pop back up to maybe that 120 level. So keep your eyes peeled on Beyond Meat. They have chicken tendies now that are made of grass. Just kidding, that's not facts. UVXY, the inverse, yes. What about it? You want me to look at it, or leave that request in the YouTube, please, if you don't mind. So we got that one. Let's go look at or excuse me, Netflix, Roku. Actually, so Netflix has a wonderful setup. It was actually, I don't know why I took that off, but this is actually a great setup for a long, if the market cooperates. Now, what you have here, 9-day moving average bounce right there, and then look at how much this stock. So you get 583.40, and that push back up to 591.97. Sound check real quick. You guys can hear me okay on YouTube, correct? Just want to double check. Ravencoin. YouTube is in the bio. Link is in the bio. So sorry if I've missed your message, not on purpose, guys. I have people typing in the chat right now. So, all right, guys, 5 more minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and yeah, yeah. You're supposed to realize it later. It's supposed to hide. I don't want people to like hear the music, but I could shut it off though. Um, anyway, so with Netflix, I use the whole ribbon, guys. Look at these candles. You basically respecting that whole that bottom moving average there. It is a respectable moving average, and there is like right here another wick off of it. So looking down at the hourly, we've already pulled back a little bit. I already see a downtrend that we can go ahead and mark as a potential entry. So for me, come here, you little shit. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here. So you can see that it almost builds. This is really interesting. Lower time frame resistance and then the higher time frame flag support. You'll see it almost builds a rising wedge. So watch for Netflix to retest 583.50 and bounce there. If you bounce there, that heightens the probability of Netflix breaking out. And for me, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set an alert on the trend line. So if it touches the trend line, I'll get alert. DAM or DMAC, Diamedica Therapeutics, announces 30 million private placement at placement at 329 or 392 a share. How's it going? How do you feel about investing in coins? I do it speculatively, but it's worth looking into. If you don't mind dropping Wish in the YouTube, I would be happy to look at it here. But we actually have 5 minutes here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the news, and then we'll go from there. So. All right. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and go over the news, just some of the top headlines here. You guys are always welcome. I'm not hiding what I read from. It's the morning news call. I like it comes from it's a morning news call. Shit, where does it come from? Renventive, excuse me, it's powered by Reuters, so that's where I get a lot of my top headlines. So if you guys ever don't want to hear me mumble on in the morning, that's where I'm looking at a lot of the top headlines. So top news right now is we have a moment of truth for the U.S. Congress on government funding, debt, and Biden agenda. The U.S. country faces a showdown on Monday over government spending and debt, opening a week that could also include action on President Biden's sweeping social agenda if Democrats can resolve internal divisions about the package. Google in the fight against record EU fine slams regulators for ignoring Apple. So Google getting fined a lot, basically just threw Apple under the bus. Nice. So Apple Tesla suppliers suspend production in China amid power pinch. So several Apple and Tesla suppliers have suspended production at Chinese factories for a number of days to comply with the tighter energy consumption policies putting supply chains at risk in peak season for electronic goods. Amazon is to start offering insurance to UK businesses. These people are going wild. EV maker Polestar to go public at $20 billion valuation via SPAC. The Swedish electric car maker Polestar will also go into public. Sorry, but Polestar is a name. I don't. That's silly. I don't know. Sorry. I just like cars hit poles. I don't know. Backed by billionaire Alec Gore's and investment bait Guggenheimer partners at a valuation of 20 billion, including debt. Okay, so futures tracked the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq edged lower. Sorry, I drank too much coffee. Lowered with focus turning towards upcoming economic readings and ongoing talks. So we have basically the S&P kind of just pulling back, and we're seeing a little bit more of that right now. As this economic data or this shaky weather comes in. So European stocks rose with German shares hitting 10-day highs after a federal election outcome reduced the chances of left-wing coalition forming a government. Asian equities ended mostly in the green, and the dollar index was slightly higher with gold down. Oil prices gained amid supply concerns as global demand picks up. Uh, Better sound on the what? You guys are, is there not very good sound here on TikTok or on YouTube? The sound is not as loud. I'm confused. Hold on one second. How's that? That should be a little bit better. All right, hopefully that's better. Anyway, I actually really like this Netflix setup, and I'm gonna set a lot of alerts on this one. I'm gonna set an alert on the 200 the more I look at it. Bitcoin or like Bitcoin or antique roadshow coins. Yeah, right. um, yeah, yeah. We may not even see. We may see a lack of volatility. Um, Sounds okay. How can I learn more about volume? I'll cover that in just a minute. Other than that, as far as top headlines, I'm tweeting them out as they come. So make sure you guys check out the Twitter. I'm tweeting out live news. There was a brief mention of Tesla. The company's Shanghai factory is expected to produce 300,000 cars in the first 9 months of the year, capped by a delivery rush in the end of July and September quarter. Despite global semiconductor shortage, the company makes the electric Model 3 sedans and Model Y sports utility vehicles for domestic and international markets, including Germany and Japan. So I am not feeling comfortable with the market. It doesn't look great. People need to check their advanced sound settings for different applications. Make sure they are in default to their system sound. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like the right answer. What are my whole take on the AMC stock? That's a whole interview. Anyway, I'll answer that more in depth. So I just want to, for time purposes, make sure that I get all of this news out to you guys. A few price target raises. Chewy, Credit Suisse assumes coverage on outperform rating and target price of 121 to reflect the company's rapid growth and longer term prospects. So what I'd like to do in that sense is I like to go check out Chewy and see what it's at. It's at $69. $69. That angle. Wow. Well, Credit Suisse. Oh my God, look at this. I've been playing this thing up, down, all around. Rising wedge, beautiful. Falling wedge, beautiful. Now what? So, okay, there's a little supply there. So definitely could see a bounce. Looks like in pre-market. Ooh, never mind. So in pre-market, you're at 69.50. I thought it was down there at the bottom. Okay, well, it's worth taking a look at. So I'll set an alert here at $70.80. I see the 200 there. I'll set an alert there as well. I'm going to set alert on my volume. So I'm going to go to the hourly here. And actually, no, I'm going to go to the 15. So I'm going to go to the 15 minute and I'm going to set an alert on my volume. What is this doing? Why am I doing this? So what I do when I set an alert on volume is I give myself cascading alerts. And I've taught people this before, but on this time frame and this time frame alone, the alert will go off. So what I do is set an alert on the volume MA, and you guys can see that cloud. So when it breaks above the cloud, or the average volume, I get an alert, and that'll let me know that it has the volume it needs in order to hopefully move to the upside. So, all right. So, volume, what do you, as far as a general definition, you can think of volume, um, as, gunpowder or throwing powder for a quarterback, or a baseball player. The more volume or the more power that you have, the further that ball or that stock is going to go. So the higher the volume, the further the distance it can travel. And that can be both to the upside and the downside. So that's something to be aware of. But in order to track volume, what I do, and the thing that I want to see is I want to see either above average or that there's consistent volume that'll move the stock, and then there's above average volume that usually comes in on it's just when I lean back from my microphone. Okay, I'll try not to do that. But so that's essentially with volume what I'll do, and it just takes a little bit of looking back and studying where you see spikes and what causes them. Right now it has an upgrade. Who knows what the result of that will be if it decides to actually trend to the upside. The first target would be 71.80, or the previous bounce right here, $72 in that range. But as far as volume and being able to even touch that mark, we would want to see an uptick. But the dip buying right here shows me that this may have been an opportunity where people like them decided to hop into this trade. So like when the stock, the people buy when there's blood in the street, or whatever, you want to say. So after you see a big pullback like this, it's not surprising to see the volume spike up as people coming in to buy the dip, and then you get a price target raise this morning to a ridiculous one. So Chewy may end up being a good play or a good setup here with a good upgrade. So we'll take a look at that. All right. Can I please share my thoughts on Tesla? If you guys have any questions on the YouTube, that's where we're at currently right now. So feel free to hop on there with us. Good morning, everybody who is on here with us. What's up? All right. So I know there's a lot of people hopping on here now. So before I get done with the news, and I'm still reading, or still going to be putting out this oh, interesting. Still going to be putting out news here towards the end, but right now I want to pass off the watch list for Benzynga Pro. They have a top 5 watch list that they put out every morning for what they're going to be watching. Interestingly enough, there's a few that we are as well. Right now we're Beyond Meat, so that definitely could be a pusher. We talked about that as soon as the news came out. They do react well to news. RCAT. Shares up nearly 70% following a news of a 5-year NASA contract. BBIG, of course, one of the most search tickers on Benzynga Pro over the last 24 hours, shares are up about 20% on Monday with no news. Bed Bath & Beyond will report quarterly earnings on Thursday this week. And NNVC, the company's president and chair, will interview on Benzynga's Power Hour. So that's just kind of a way to stop. But anyway, that's what's on their watch list this morning. Um, Interesting. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Oh, damn, that was terrifying. Yeah, Color Star, CSCW, is ready to launch sports-related NFT products. So do keep your eyes on that. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Alrighty. So, also, those of you who are on YouTube, um, if you we're closing out around 9:20, 9:25. So if you guys want to hang out with us or just check out the Discord, it's 5 days free. So you guys can hop on and trade with us today, see if you want to, or we'll see you in after hours when we do our recap around 8 o'clock tonight. So
Don't forget, you also have to submit portion of your soul with those 5 days. So
yes, we also need a soul sac. That is the only payment. So there's a
soul
lot of
sacrifice.
there's a lot of people who just poured holy water on their computer because of you, dude. And now it's sparking. No. um. All right. So that's. I'll go ahead and Atlas just hopped on here. He's probably got a watch list for you guys as well. So I'm gonna be hopping in and out. I'm just talking about the also, that thing that I told you I was going to be doing, I did it this morning. So far, so robot. Um,
Wait, what?
Here,
You
hold
talking to
on.
me? You talking to
Yeah,
me?
yeah. I was talking to you.
Oh, what did you do? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I just DM'd you.
Did I?
Do
Oh, okay.
you see it?
Oh, nice, nice. All right, yeah, you finally got it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Did you hold on? I'm sending you back something.
The whole thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
Oh yes, dude.
Uh,
I try not to. I'm sitting here with a almost full cup of coffee, and
just sip,
I'm just
just
sipping.
sip. Yeah,
Mm,
there you go.
I need decaf, something fierce. Uh, all right. Yeah. CleanSpark reports has transitioned all of its Bitcoin mining power to Foundry US pool. Interesting. All right. Well, if you want, I'm watching RCAT. That's the only one that I bought this morning. So
You
if
already,
you,
oh, you're already in.
yeah, I have a starter position. That's it. Yeah, I'm looking for continuation here, and then I'll go over my watch list or what I'm watching today after you're done. So.
Okay. I'm still having trouble with my computer this morning, so I'm a little behind.
Oh, all good.
Yeah, so just give me just a few more minutes.
You're okay. So real quick though, just while he's doing that, I'll give you guys a look at SPY, and the rest of the ETFs. Guys, this is worth noting as far as like we needed like almost an immediate reversal. And right now the climate, we have Biden talking today is a whole lot about spending and the future of really the stock market, but not the entire, just for the short term. But for me, looking at the S&P and the Qs both here on the top of my screen, you'll notice that this is a very clean downtrend, and that was a very clean rejection. Now, this is a 4-hour candle, so there's 2 hours and 56 seconds or 56 minutes left in this candle. So just as easily as it can retest 368.65 and this mark here on SPY at 441.25, they can bounce right back out and head up to 448 on SPY and head right back up. I would say on the Qs that my initial target would be 378, but 375 would be where I'd want to see that first original breakout. And that would just be letting the trade come to you. If we decided to bounce on the 200-day EMA, then the very same downtrend that we're looking at would become our next, our place of next resistance that we would need to try for, is no matter what, if we want to break up and out, because everyone, and I think it's really funny because this, I don't want to call it like this year's new traders, or but like it really is like this group of traders coming from last year to this year is starting to really get the whole, like, if there's no reason for the market to go down, it's not going to, like if there's not some type of crisis that instills fear, then it's going to continue to probably be propped up. And I think people are seeing that, and so they're anticipating that bounce, and that I actually saw that buy the dip was trending at some point, I think this weekend. So unless they were talking about Instagram, but anyway, so on the cues and stuff like that, it's I have and I'm gonna go over my watch list really quickly just one more time with you guys. But the setups on both of these need to reverse very quickly, and that's just as simple as that. And so until if they do not, we could be in store for some chop as we anticipate the result of the news coming out of these meetings. So good morning, Boxer. Oh, what's up, Sean? Mixed with coffee? Yes. It's been 21 years since I.
Dude, water, water,
Yes.
water,
Yeah,
water,
what?
water, water, water. Okay, dude, like it makes me even, or it makes me awful. So like, just as a obviously but just as a heads up,
Yeah,
make sure you
yeah,
have it within reach.
yeah, definitely. Hydration.
Yep.
All right. Oh, look at that. Wow, cool. I didn't know it did that. All right, let's see. Any more news coming in here? Nope. All right, so let's go over just really quickly, a couple of things that I'm watching. Lulu is on my top watch, guys. Nice clean setup here. Daily setup looking nice and fancy too. Kind of pushing up here. In pre-market, we're at 431. So kind of just holding up. I want to see a breakout today. I do and am aware of a support here. So basically, once this line is broken, the trade is probably for me going to be out of play. So below that 50-day EMA, so 421, 420, and any weeklies, I'll probably go ahead and vacate out of that. There is a possibility because this push up here fell short of the actual rejection point, which comes around that 435. It is not outside of it's definitely within reason to potentially see Lulu pull back and go back down to 417. And at that point, I would be anticipating to take it more for a bounce than for anything else. But otherwise, the setup on Lulu is good. And what I'll be looking to take, I'm looking for the 440 contracts, probably next week, but I'm not really scared to take them on a Monday to the upside with market cooperation. So above that 435 mark, with good volume, which is going to be crucial moving forward, is where I'm watching Lulu to go. SONY, I am hoping, and I actually got this, guys. This is the beautiful thing about technical analysis is as long as the stock is in trend and nothing has changed, that's where technical analysis comes to that extra layer of verification. So far, I was anticipating a pullback out of this support, and that's exactly what we've got is a gap down below the support. So it's good. We want to see a pullback to hopefully 114. So if we do sell off, then don't be surprised if you see SONY do the same thing. SONY is one of those ones that will fall during the day a little bit. Most of the movement's going to happen in after hours. Overall, the daily setup on SONY, in my opinion, I think that we see 135, and that's my price target. So my price target with market cooperation will be in the 125, 130 range. So Netflix had a great setup as well. Also, Octasy, I do think that Boeing is worth a potential scalp play. So, um, but watching this one, Netflix has a really great setup. I played many setups that set up just like this. You get the breakout, and then immediately you don't get that push up and out, and so oftentimes you'll see some type of reversal pattern. This is actually a wedge, and I would anticipate the 200-day EMA being around 583. So 583.50, 583 on Netflix is where I'd be looking to take it for a bounce, hopefully up and out. So also a firm. I am anticipating, and I know there's a lot of call flow, We're gonna take this one as it comes, but we did get, first of all, the retest of 120. That is exactly what I was looking for. 120. I don't know if anybody remembers last week. That was exactly the price target that I chose for a bounce, and we've got a bounce off of it. 120 all the way back up to 122.60. So a break and downtrend for me is going to occur right here. All right, so basically above that 50-day EMA, 124.24, 25, excuse me, and then I'm hoping for a pop up to 126.76, and then hopefully we'll take it back up to 130. And honestly, this thing goes to 145. So Affirm, Netflix, Sony, all on the watch list. Now, if these do not show the setup, I have a little small backup list based off of the news. BYND with its chicken tendies, already responding here in pre-market. And actually, I'd like to see, might be doing the exact same thing as everything else. So it does have that falling wedge. And it does appear to be going for a retest, or it has already retested. So watch for, I would say Beyond Meat 113 is really going to be where this thing can start to really move to the upside. So looks like big steppers watching the Tesla 765 bounce. That's pretty cool. I have not looked at Tesla this morning. Oh, whoa, BA. Nice.
BA had a nice gap up, man.
Wow, I would take profit on that before it tries to fill your gap.
Yeah, if I were anyone, I don't BA. Wow.
That
I
was
don't
good.
think BA, right? I don't BA, guys. I don't think BA will gap and go. I think it's gonna pull back. So if I were you in a long position, I would, especially if you're like weeklies, I would definitely take profit.
I just saw
And
this. Yeah,
then just re-enter.
I just saw this setup here. I'm gonna post it in live trading.
I'm gonna go over just a couple tickers real
Yep,
quick.
go for it.
So Naked's getting a lot of attention on Reddit. That's something I'll definitely be watching. NAKD. It's getting a lot of attention on Twitter as well. So that's just double the fun, is what I like to call it. If I'm seeing a ticker being mentioned on Twitter as much as it is being mentioned on Reddit, I think it's gonna have the potential to go. Now, this is a larger cap, higher float stock. So it's not like one person's going to move the whole entire ticker. Not possible. Too many shares out there. So it's not a low float by any means. I think it's got like 550 million float, like something crazy like that. So it's hard to move by one or two people. It's going to need like everybody to be in on the move. So if you see one person just continuously being super bullish on it and everybody becomes bearish, don't expect it to continue to run. So you kind of want to see all sentiment leading in one direction. And then RCAT, I was reading the news on that. Really solid news this morning. Unfortunately, I did not get an entry on it yet, but it has been consolidating. And then we'll just see how it plays out. If it has a nice pullback at the open, that'll give us an opportunity to enter and then take it long. But I do like the news, and I do like how it's consolidating here. Volume in pre-market's really nice compared to what it normally is on the daily or on the pre-market time frame. If you look, this is probably some of the highest volume that it has seen on the 1 hour since back in July 14th, July 13th. So that's just something to watch out for. It could make another big run. If you look back in July, you do see that volume came in really, really heavy. It consolidated for about 2 days, and then it took off again and went to about 740. So we could see some price action like that. I don't necessarily want to see that now because I want to be able to make profit from the move. But if today, but if it does do that, then we'll see where we can find a good support on it. Try to get in at the base of that support and then ride it up to maybe $4 or $5 from here. So that's gonna be another one worth watching. There's a couple other. Give me just 1 second. Still having some issues with my computer this morning. I took my computer with me somewhere, and when I go to connect everything this weekend, it's just stuff isn't acting like it's supposed to. APOP had some nice movement. So that is going to be something to watch as well. Now, Apop is obviously not a cheaper stock, but it's not bad and it had a nice movement. It originally gapped up from the $3 range to about 22, and now it's trading in the $34 range. So it's something worth watching for sure.
Hey,
Go ahead.
someone on TikTok just said Anakin Skywalker trading stocks. I see. Wow, it's not fake. It's a real thing. Anyway, keep going.
Skywalker trades. I like that.
Skywalker stocks. Maybe it's not too late for a name change. Yeah, I'll throw the glasses away.
Anakin Candlewalker.
EMA Walker?
No, that was good. That was good. That was really good. I don't because I can't change my name now, so it's too late. I can name my son that. I can teach him stocks, and then he can be. Yeah, but that whole storyline's gonna end up really bad if Darth Vader and all that. Never mind. Go ahead.
You're gonna die.
Oh my god! All right, go ahead.
So, Azure is going to be one to watch as well, be big. These guys have had decent little dips. And typically when you see big penny runners and they have decent little dips, they'll come back. So, who wants them? We'll see what happens. Other than that, I'm watching Tesla, my second addiction. We'll just see what happens with Tesla today. Well, Tesla and Amazon. Here's why I say Amazon. So if you look at Amazon on the weekly time frame, if you look at Amazon on the daily, actually Manny was the one who spotted the weekly and sent it to me earlier. But I like the setup, and you have a really bullish like 3-day run on Amazon, and you're coming into that gap. Now, the one thing I will say is I have a very large moving average, or long moving average, I guess. It's actually my 50. Nope. I hate being colorblind. It's my 20-day simple. It's at 3444.74. Now, what I'm thinking is if Amazon opens low, which it is, pre-market is almost at that support of 3381. So what I'm thinking is if we see Amazon pound that support for like just a second, we can take Amazon long for a scalp all the way up to 3399, and then get out. Now, if it bleeds through that support, you're obviously not going to make any money on the upside for the bounce. But that's kind of the way I would watch it. And then, which this is rare of Manny. Manny's looking to swing Amazon up to 3462, which I like that. The only thing is I don't know if I would take out a weekly. I think I would maybe go out 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So those contracts are going to get expensive. But that's just something to keep in mind the way Amazon has been bullish the past 3 days. But with today's gap down, with the Congress fighting over the debt ceiling, it's a little bit of an issue. So I would just be smart. Don't obviously over risk. But Tesla's kind of in a similar situation. Tesla did have an insane day Friday, like an absolutely wild day. Like I was anticipating Friday for it to touch the top of that trend line and just lead down. Tesla decided to say, nope, screw you, I'm Elon Musk, and I'm going to go to the moon.
There was a lot of flow that was focused in on the $800, which is the short-term price target for most.
That's actually where my HMA is like at 803.
Literally, so. Yeah. Mine. I think we might have the same HMA. I have the same mark. Yeah.
So we could see movement there, and then a rejection at that point. But I do like once since we broke out of that trend line, maybe we get a retest of the top of the trend line, maybe, and then we could go up from there. But we'll have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. Price action is king here, and we just got to be able to predict. Now, I will say that 382, or not 382, 782 is a pretty strong level for me. It's a former resistance that we rejected like on the top. And then 771 is below where we're at now. So I could see a potential retest of 771 and go, or a potential retest of the trend line and go. So that's my watch list for today, guys. Other tickers that I'm watching are Wish, Cove. I'm always kind of watching those cheaper names that were once priced a little bit higher. Clove and I have some experience together, so I would say. But other than that, guys, have a good day trading, and I'll be on live until roughly 10:45ish today. So hopefully we catch some nice trades. We can see some good price action and some continuation. That's really all we ask for, is continuation in the market. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a berries and cream TikTok, and I sent it to Opsy, but I decided after his response that I'm not going to post it, so that's going to stay in the archives, I think, forever.
Can you send it to me?
You know what? For friendship's sake, I may have to wait. I really quickly, I want to answer this question about NVIDIA and AMD, because both are, and I actually really think that whether they consolidate for until October or midway to earnings, it's definitely a possibility. But let me also point something out here. So yes, it has a flag. Yes, I see everybody's support bounce. Yes, the 50-day EMA, and yes, a gap has been filled. The candle, though, on last week's close was not great. You don't want to see a doji basically in between that break up or at that gap fill. Now,
is that, Garrett?
this is NVIDIA, and I'm streaming it right now, so you can't see it if you want. But with NVIDIA, and I'll widen it up here a little bit. When the whole ribbon indicator flips over, for the most part, it extends itself for a good amount of distance, and that's why I'm anticipating, because in a pullback like this, you would want to see the whole ribbon indicator moving up to the stock, and I will say that I use this whole ribbon indicator as a breakout, or to give me my chances of a potential breakout. And if this stays thin like this, so above us, I know that there's no wall in between us and new highs. So as long as we stay thin, we stay in this range, and we either chop or make, up and downs, or we go and retest support. Because really, when I'm looking at this setup, we didn't touch support. We tapped a supply zone. And so with that being said, it is not outside of the question to chop around in this range with your friend AMD, which AMD also has a flag setup. Looks great, bouncing off that same zone. It looks like 101. In fact, I think you guys asked me last week, or the week before last, what was my price target on AMD? And I told you guys probably 100. And sure as shit, we hit $99.67, and then went and filled our gap, and we're up against downtrend. So there is a possibility that this extends itself. And I have this a little bit off kilter, but it is definitely a possibility to utilize this space to do so. So just a forewarning, AMD is a little bit farther from its daily support than NVIDIA is, but also, how do you add the whole ribbon indicator on TOS? Yes, there is a script to import. I have to find it. Hold on. Type in Plunger's Secret. Nope, this one.
I don't know if is it available? Did you have to send me to send you the code?
Hold on, let's see. I will get it for you. Yes, you do have to import it. And it's actually really great on TOS. The whole ribbon is better on TOS, I think, than it is on TradingView. Damn, dude. You know what? I was just looking at this, and I was like, who made this? Dude, I made that. Do you remember these?
Hold on. Let me see your screen. Hold on a second.
Remember when I learned Photoshop?
All I see is the AMD chart.
Oh, I posted it. No, I posted it in live trading.
Oh,
RK.
no, those are good, bro.
Yeah, no, I forgot about this. Hey, Rocket Labs, RKLB secures 24 million U.S. Space Force contract to develop, what the fuck? Neutron upper stage?
Oh, no, that's Red Hat.
No, RKLB. They're with Space Force, not NASA. So RKLB. Oh, let's see.
Volume
Volume
isn't
hasn't come
coming
in
yet.
yet.
It's
It's
at
at 1435.
Yeah, no volume or anything. So, alrighty. All right, it's 9:25. RCAT moving up here. Those of you on YouTube, do I have a? Yeah, we do, Ella. The down below. So, hopefully you guys got some benefit. Wait, what? Can I give you one soul? Oh, I get it. Wow, that was really clever. He's one Solana rather than his
Yeah,
soul. Someone
one
also
soul.
said, I'm not sure how much it's worth.
I'll
But
gladly take one Solana as payment. It's like what, 134 bucks, I think, or 120 bucks.
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I'll take it. Send
It's
it
the
over.
whole. All right, I'm going to show you guys. Ready? So go to indicators. I have it saved right there. It's by Insilco. Let's see. Let's share to my family. All right, and now I'm typing it in the chat. Okay. Boom. I'm going to tweet it. Boom. And there you go. All righty, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be live on the Discord trading app. But make sure if you guys have any questions, DM us. Free trial is in our website. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in a little bit. So, all right.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. We'll see you guys after hours. 8:30 or 8 o'clock. 8:30. Wait for the tweet. I'll tweet and let you guys know when I go live. So, peace. That's the most amount.